Hello everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel. I hope I'm pointing this in the right place because I'm not too sure with this camera.
I'm upside down.
No, I think you're right side up.
Okay.
Anyway, we bought today a square hook, although it's not square anymore. Ooh, and it's actually starting to turn red. That's good. What we did, if you remember when we made, I gotta stop shaking. When we made the aluminum cast crucible, we're now making the actual tools to tip and pour it. So what we're gonna do with this is Joe's been holding it in the blast furnace for a while. That's why you see that it's kind of changing colors. And we're gonna dip it in this oil. He's going to, of course, hold it vertical and be very, very, very careful.
Normally we would use like 10 and then...
You're right, which we have over there. We got to clean that sometime.
Start doing a horizontal quench.
But anyway, because we have a really long trough that's really awesome. But today, since we're messing with aluminum, we're going to do it this way, and Joe's going to kind of try not to burn himself as he does it. So I'm going to step back as Joe loses his awesome beard.
That, my friends, is an oil quench.
Wow.
Blacksmiths. Actually, where the term comes from, because after the oil quench, the steel turns black.
Whoa. Joe's a genius.
Yeah, so this should actually make it a lot stronger and tougher and actually more resilient to the fire from now on out when we use it and tip the crucible with it. Although we won't be using it for a while because I ain't touching this with my hand.
You're not?
There are levels of crazy. I am on the list. I'm not at the top yet.
Okay. So then, we've got our aluminum.
Make sure that it's all dirt.
I don't quite want to stick you guys in to see it.
We're going to try just dropping through.
That's what I did before, and then I just kind of pushed if it didn't make it.
Okay.
Up, push. Other end. And it kind of dissolves as you push it.
Yep.
Stick that end in and see if that aluminum is liquid enough. Not yet. Is that a little hot, Joe? Up. Yeah, and as soon as you make it past the point of that hole, it just drops.
Because it's no longer having all the heat pushing it up.
Exactly. Now we've already got 80 cans down in there, so that's 82. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay.
No word with that one.
I think I'm going to back up just in case so I don't melt it.
Especially since there's fire shooting out of the sides.
Might be a good idea.
Might be. It hurts. It hurts so good. Baby, does it hurt so good.
Yeah, maybe we should use the wooden stick to do this.
So it can light on fire?
Oh, right.
I'm mostly burning my right hand more than my left. Hopefully, maybe. See if I can...
Well, because you can see I widened that hole a little.
Yeah, at the same time.
He's trying to show off his manliness.
Okay, manly muscles. The beard doing it, see? The beard. I put it behind the beard, the fence.
I don't want to know. Seriously.
I feed it to all children.
I don't want to know.
No.
It's going to be sad because this video is going to get more attention because you're saying you feed your beard small children than because of our aluminum forge. I mean, Or kicking a aluminum forge. Or
Fire!
maybe it's just, you know, a marshmallow roaster.
That'd be really good right now.
They go poof
Charcoal marshmallows.
within a few seconds.
Wow. Right in.
Oh, hey!
Fire chewing outside.
I wonder if they can actually see that fire.
Like right out to about right about to there.
Where Joe burned himself, there's a little fire sticking out. So apparently, hey, that one worked really good, Joe.
Yeah, I'm getting a little better. We didn't keep counting them.
No.
So this guy has 80 something.
Well, we gotta wait till that in there is actually beet red. Because we might just be... Yeah, because I do want to just finish the pile, though, that's out here. So we'll just finish the pile.
And this is the last one.
So it's 80 beep. And no, I wasn't swearing.
80 beep.
There we go.
Now to burn all the stickiness off. Ah, so good. My hands are dry. Yeah, that was not.
I can't quite tell how hot that crucible is in there.
Let me put it this way.
Well, I don't
can't see
it. I can't see how cherry it is. Woo! I think that made it worse, Joe.
The whole thing's on fire.
Because at least that way it was pointed.
The whole thing just... next time we should maybe use a little less oil or something.
Well, the oil's what makes it really, really hot and burn for a long time. I should come up with a way to drip it.
But like we can make a can and something and then have it like a water sprinkler. Have a can and have it on so we can use it to quench and to pour. Just a little tiny side.
Look at that.
Yeah.
That's actually cool looking.
That's fire, my friends. And I'm not even wearing my bad shirt. This light's on fire and be sad.
Me too.
Christmas.
Oh wait, no I'm not.
Yeah, this is Christmas from Dad. Yours is work. Right here.
Yes, mine is work. Hey, wait. I wasn't gonna be on it. I just got back from work.
Look how sexy that man looks.
Yeah, okay.
My beard's bigger.
Well, that's because I like mine.
I like mine too.
Oh, okay.
A lot of fire. Still a little hot. You know, that burns the skin. Oh yeah, it does. Here's it, how's it looking? It's cracking the oil, some of the oil off.
I wonder if you can burn it.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, my friends, it's another tool.
Yay! We should show them the other 88-cent tool for the front part of it. And hopefully that, combined with my Teflon that you don't want to breathe in the first few times that we're going to pour it.
No, I don't breathe it in.
But as you can see, I mean, there's a lot of breeze out here, so you should be good.
Is the slag spoon.
That's true, we don't have a slag spoon yet. But next travel to DI, Desert Industries. We're not sponsored by DI, hint, hint, hint. But
I don't think they'll sponsor us.
oh, you don't think DI sponsors people?
I have never heard of DI sponsor. I've never heard of a thrift store sponsoring someone.
Okay. Ooh, look at the fire coming out the sides. Do you think you could cook something on that really quick?
I think we could.
Next time we might have to...
Get a plate, put some bacon on it.
Exactly.
I think that'd be a great idea. Forge and cook at the same time. Your blacksmith barbecue.
There we go.
Maybe we should start
That.
naming these segments Blacksmith Barbecue.
I still think that. How hot is my pipe? It shouldn't be hot.
Starts to get warm right there.
Perfect. See, we repurposed.
I can touch it the entire way and I'm not burnt.
We repurposed a
hair blower, hair dryer.
Thank you. I was trying to figure out what it was called.
Yep.
We repurposed a hair dryer. Why we used this one is because I could cheat with this one.
It has a cool setting.
Yep, it has a cool. So hot, warm, cool.
Usually you gotta tear out the heating filament. So that way it won't, because you're gonna be running this for a while, and if you keep the heating element in it, it'll actually melt, as well as you're blowing hot air into hot air. It doesn't work. There's a lot of accidents that happen.
It's kind of cool how the little flames are
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
blowing out the sides.
So I'm trying to keep the toxins away from it. I'm gonna go through and mix out the side.
I wonder if I've got a longer piece of rebar back in our mess. So while we're waiting for that to hit full temperature,
It's gonna take a while.
yeah, it might take a little while. We'll show you our mess. We got a stack of steel back here.
Nice.
And then we got a ton of rebar and iron.
Chicken wire.
Yeah, we got chicken wire back here. We got our charcoal here. And then, yeah,
Oh,
we weren't getting that
was Steve-O.
near hot enough.
Yeah, that was Steve-O. Love him to death, but yeah.
And we got brake pads, and we got a lot of other fun stuff in there. I think that's all the same size.
I think so too.
Because we are supposed to start organizing this back here, because we do want to use it.
Yeah, we want to use all this junk. It's not junk if you use it, right?
And then, ow, get caught by the chicken wire. We got our forge there. That's a brake drum forge. And we've got, it used to be I think a grainer. Because it had a big, huge, well,
Yeah, it's a
the thing that you can see it way back in there. And it would grind feed. That was the other way around.
Originally, it was like this.
And then I ground it off, added legs, so that we could potentially guide smoke or whatever. And it does, when it's on, the draft does actually kick up that.
The biggest problem is it needs better weights, I think. We could give it more weight on this side.
Probably.
Make it perfect.
And then this is our beautiful
Needs to be cleaned out again, quencher.
quench.
Yeah, it needs to be cleaned out. You should probably clean it and burn it out.
Probably. And then we've got our oil drum, which actually has quite a bit of oil in it. We've been storing oil from people.
We got our old anvil.
Yeah, that's true.
This is where we used to use as an anvil on a piece of wood.
And then we found a railroad tie and split it with someone. And he took half of it and cut it for us into the shapes we wanted. We kind of have a horseshoe, a diamond, and then a regular, or a square, however you want to say it. And then we have our portable holes that we need to make bigger.
Yeah, they need to be thicker wire.
And then all of our other, right now I'm going to call it, oh yeah. Yeah. Hey, that might work good for our slag.
Yeah, we might be able to scoop the slag out with this.
Okay. See, most of this stuff I'm going to call junk right now.
I also need to come in here with the weed whacker soon.
Because we haven't cleaned it up and fixed it. And yeah, we have square, we have a couple of other pieces. We have Joe's armor that we need to finish someday.
Or actually, I'm thinking I want to just make a Globos.
Yeah.
Maybe tie the two together and make a Globos.
I would love someday to have an actual place to put this.
Oh yeah. And we're getting farther and closer to it.
And then that's our big stump. We're gonna hollow the top of it out.
Dish
Kind of
it.
put a dish so that we can actually use the wooden dish when we pound out metal.
So we can get metal dishes.
Then we got a bunch of random bits of metal that we're gonna bust out and use for dishes and use for holding, and
then like cut this up and use it for Roman
yeah.
plate.
There's enough of it. He wants to do that, and if he wants to walk around with it, that's great. Hey, I found
Another anvil?
Another anvil.
I'll go put it on the anvil.
Ah, it's our one with holes so we can bend.
Yep, this is our bendable. You can you stick it in, and then you can...
Because that's a lot of weight. And then I plan on making knives out of these springs.
And swords and blades and stuff.
I think there's...
one guy that made his entire sword collection out of car springs. That was Gus, or... The one guy that was training Will.
Oh, that's right. Chris. Chris.
So, shout out to Chris if he ever sees this.
And Will.
And Will.
Will is pretty awesome.
Will is really awesome. He actually was on a History Channel show for a while.
Are they still doing it? I think so. No?
It's not on television anymore.
Okay.
I think he's still doing it.
He's still doing it.
Yeah. It was a jousting show, and he was their armorer.
And he's the one that helped me quite a bit and taught me.
Yep, he's the one that helped and taught a lot.
I, of course, am a not even apprentice, but hey, I made a chest plate and a back plate.
We're mostly self-taught.
He did quite a bit of teaching me how to actually stick to it. It's sad he's down in Texas.
Yeah.
So can we stick that down? It looks like the flame's down quite a bit more.
This one's actually
and see if we
well.
can mix it a little.
Yeah, because it's not.
No?
It's getting there. It's getting viscous. Viscous.
Viscosity?
It's getting viscous. There we go. Viscous. It's getting viscous. But I don't think it's there yet. It's starting to liquefy. Yeah, it's starting to liquefy.
Oh.
You can actually see it even.
Sorry folks if I shake a little bit. My hands actually do shake.
Oh, that too. Yeah, we're starting. It's got to burn through the rest of it, but the top cans are liquid now.
Okay, yeah, we want the whole thing liquid.
I can feel it at different depths, and so that's why.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure it's... But this is much nicer to stroke it in than that other one. But yeah, it's getting liquid. That's good. That's what we want. Kind of looks like those TV steel. How they always pour the fake steel. See if you can maybe look in there.
Oh, it's getting close.
Yep. Kind of looks like the fake silver or steel that they pour.
And see, what we'll do is with that spoon, we'll take and scrape the top layer off and tap it off to the
But see,
side.
it's also not quite near there yet because it's also got a lot of junk in the bottom that needs to finish cooking.
That was the problem I was having, is I wasn't quite able to get the bottom. Don't touch the end, Joe.
Oops.
That's hot.
I more touched here, but it wasn't quite. Should probably dip it in the water real quick.
That's hot.
No.
He's going after his stick he put in the center. Woo! That almost landed on me.
Doesn't really hurt. Better safe than sorry.
This is a pond that I think we need to put a couple of fish in.
Yeah.
That might help make it look better too.
Well, it usually looks a lot better when we have the fish in it.
Plus, it's usually tall enough that those pipes you see there,
Water comes out of.
and so that actually makes it less stagnant.
But we got water problems with our neighbors.
But as they say, people have killed over water rights, so
What did he keep?
oh, snickerdoodles. I gotta fix it again. So these two go to that one,
This one goes to that one.
and these go to that one. See, this is a hammock that I bought, and the center was missing out of it. So I redid the center. Huh?
So you made the center really tight.
Well, I think it's because it's different material,
I agree.
and so it pulls different. But it kind of gives you, when two people are laying on it, different spots.
Oh, that's nice. But when one person is laying on it, it becomes scary as heck.
So looks like I gotta get some more rope to pull from the center down to catch those.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go take a look.
Oh, got knocked over.
Well, it slowly fell.
Oh, it burnt. That rock.
Well, look, it created a nice burn mark where it fell.
Oh, it's getting there. It's a lot smoother on the bottom. But see, I can still...
Oh, see, that's your slag. Pull that out. Yep, pull that out, pull that out. Try and keep it on the spoon.
It's not a spoon, it's a chisel. Part of the... Well, I dumped it out.
So maybe what we should do is get that hot enough to maybe try and bend it, because that's what we're trying to tap off, is that right there.
This is our chisel, not our spoon.
Well, that wouldn't be a bad spoon, and we'll make a new chisel.
Okay.
Turn that pout upside down. He's smiling! All right, anyway.
An anvil.
Yeah, we need an anvil.
You should probably also get the ball.
Oh yeah, I should get the hammers, huh? The hammers happen to be, I think, in my camping trailer. We put it here because we want to kind of keep it out of the weather. Let's see, that's our medieval dishes. And this is our forage bag. Ah, you got the mini. Probably easier to carry.
Well, they're all easy to carry, but I figured this one would be nicer to have out here.
Well, that's why we made a small one, is kind of
I think the smaller ball beans because it's smaller.
to make it portable.
You can go ahead and try and dump that in.
Up. And see, that's why I made it kind of an oblong hole. Ooh, it didn't make it in.
Oh, it didn't?
No. There, now it did.
Ooh, right through.
That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Ooh, now that looks pretty awesome.
Yep.
So yeah, we need to have. Ooh, we need to have that so that it can scoop all that slag out, because there's quite a bit of slag in there.
We're trying to get it not hot enough.
So we just need a little bit and make it kind of a spoon.
That's why. Just the ball peen, lay it down, and we'll make one side, pound it out, and curve it.
And then we'll want to fold up one side a little bit more than everything else.
So that way it has a nice hook spoon. If we're gonna make it a spoon, I want to make it a good spoon, even though it's my chisel.
And then there's more pliers and stuff in there too, I think. Those are for the nail cutters.
Okay.
I don't know if that'll hold it better.
Probably.
And then you got your thicker gloves there too.
No, because I'm gonna be holding it like that.
You got your thicker gloves too that you might be able to hold the end with.
These ones?
Yeah.
So I won't, burn my hand.
Don't grab hot metal
I do it all the time.
unless your name is Joe.
Do you want to see a few more scars? At least I missed your belly by an inch. You remember that time?
Yeah.
Just like a lightsaber. It was kind of cool.
It does. It does.
It's also really scary. I ruined.
All right, let's. Oh, Inu, Tisk, drop it.
Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Don't play with that one anymore. She dipped it in the oil. It's gone to you, Inu. Should we? I think we should lift the whole thing for that.
I was gonna say let's. Ooh, that's well.
Here, but not here.
That's because we're setting it in the aluminum, and the aluminum's taking. So anyway, we stick that through, and we are able to grab both sides. Oh, that is pretty. I think we're gonna just lose a lot of heat doing this. Yeah, I think we just lost a lot of heat.
We lost a massive amount of heat.
Go ahead and pull it off.
That's dirt.
I wonder.
It's also cherry red. Not hot enough yet. But here, let's also like take a better look at this. See, look at that.
Move the charcoal over here out. Yeah.
I have no arm hairs. Ow!
Okay, let's see if we can't tap this side. That should be good. Okay, let's put the lid back on. See, that's hot, folks. Youch. Alright, so that's kind of not. Yep.
Gonna angle it. I don't see any bigger pliers in here.
Yeah.
We need some bigger chan locks.
We need to actually, start building a set for. But those chan locks were less than $1. In fact, everything I got today was less than $1.
A little hot.
That hook that we bent out over there, it was 25 cents. And then the barbecue tongs, they were 88 cents. That was, I think it was 88 cents as well. No, that set was kind of a little bit more. And then I wrapped ours in electrical tape because
makes them last a little longer.
Plus we were going to friends' houses that had pretty much the same sets. All right, I wonder.
Not grabbing it with my hand anymore.
Well, you might be able to with the gloves.
Just trying to. It's getting there, but not yet. I want it to become strong and stuff. Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my sunshine guy.
So then, what we should do?
Turned all of this off. When
Finally.
It was that big flame.
So what we should actually do is probably pull it off and put a bunch of our charcoal back in, so that we don't lose our heat. So we will be back here in a bit, folks. We're going to mess with the forge and get some stuff in, and I have to take a piss. So we'll be back.
Gonna go.
Joe, thank you. Anyway, welcome back to part 2. Hopefully we'll line these two up. Like I said, we just put a whole bunch of coal back in there. Sometime what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to figure out kind of a metal that I can put a 5-gallon bucket. I've got a bunch of metal 5-gallon buckets.
Watching you, I know.
But I would like to be able to kind of pump oil into without it.
Little oil cans, like from Wizard of Oz.
But be able to pump oil in without.
That's where the Wizard of Oz went.
Right, without it catching on fire until it got in there. Alright, so now back to what we were doing. For some reason, our dog has decided that if you put something in the oil, he gets attention. I don't understand it.
Watching you with my good eye.
But anyway, so like we were saying, is we're going to take this And we're going to try to, I think if we pulled it out, you'd actually have a better vortex of heat right there. Because that's the center of all the flames. So anyway, we're going to try to bend this and make this an actual spoon, or more spoon-like.
Yeah, we're taking my chisel and turning it into a spoon.
And then we'll make him another chisel.
I want my chisel.
Because we did use it quite a bit.
Oh, we used it a lot. I cleaned the forge several times with this sucker.
But for right now, we're going to do a lot of this stuff. Melting the aluminum, making the ingots, and then making it into something. Because...
So we'll need this, we'll need a spoon first, and quicker, then we'll need my chisel.
Yeah, because unfortunately right now, that's what's selling.
The ingots?
No. The after product of the ingots.
Oh, yeah. What do you mean, fortunately that's what's selling?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Oh, true.
I love the smithing process.
That's true. If we could actually make a living money off of this, which maybe after I get a shop and everything together, hopefully.
Actually, I do this more often. It's less construed because a lot of people I've done this and they think I'm flipping them off.
Wasn't that what you're doing?
No.
Oh. What I'm doing now is all these trees around here drop these stupid seeds.
Like crazy.
Everywhere.
In your pants, your shoes, your shirt.
Maybe the shoes and shirt, but my pants, no.
Give me a second.
Hey, hey! Ah, there we go. It's getting there.
Much closer now. Vortex apparently works. This is a hot plate. I wonder why this is a hot seat.
He's in the hot seat because that's where he dropped the forge.
That's where I put the top of the forge.
Or the
This
top
nice,
blast
nice
furnace.
Circle.
Blast furnace. This is a blast furnace.
Yeah, this is a blast furnace. Our forge is over there, which is using as a forge and a blast furnace.
Right. Because isn't that what you're supposed to do?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
I could work it, but it wouldn't be as easy. I don't want to cold forge it. I want to heat forge it. Go bug Ash.
So,
Ash needs love.
I wonder.
What you thinking?
Well, I'm wondering if we take my 1.25 inch pipe, drill a little hole. Hey, go on. Go on. You can play out there.
Drill a little hole and then put the oil in from there?
And then put the oil in from there.
We have to do it closer in because otherwise we might fire shoot right up into that.
Well, no, I'm thinking a hose. So we'll have a metal...
The hose go in from there and down to the boat.
Exactly, and the hose will then start up here where it's cooler.
Yeah, heck,
It's actually warm than I thought it was,
you
but...
can follow it all the way down to here. And here you just have to tap it.
So, if we put a hole up here and fish a metal hose down it, and put the metal hose like about here-ish, then that should...
You can feed the metal hose all the way down to the end.
Maybe.
So that way there's less chance of it even popping up.
I'm just worried about how hot it gets at the end.
Well, depending on the metal hose, it should be fine.
And then we should be able to...
Pump.
Ooh,
there we go.
There it is. Okay, so I'm going to come over here so we can show you kind of how he's going to use the ball peen. Wonder if you use the bigger one. Work more metal with it.
True. I wanted it to be a smaller curve, but maybe this will work better.
Because we don't want
I
to...
should get a little bit hotter because it wasn't quite spitting. It was just cherry.
We don't want to lose our aluminum again, because that was my problem. Is I got it up, and then I started doing other things, and I ran out of.
True. Shouldn't be wearing Crocs.
So dip it up just a little.
Getting there.
Getting some.
Ow, burned right through.
He's making more holy Crocs.
These are old. Well, originally you said throw on shoes and follow me out. We're gonna look at some stuff.
We're looking at stuff, aren't we, Joe?
Whoosh, fire.
Can you turn down fire?
I'm here, aren't I?
There we go.
I'm burning my feet and fingers for you, aren't I?
Woohoo!
My beard is yet to light on fire.
Give it time.
I really hope it doesn't.
However, if it does, please give us a thumbs up
And a subscribe
and
for
subscribe,
Joe's flaming beard.
because Joe will need all the money he can get from medical bills.
If we get 10,000 subscribers, I will light my beard on fire.
I don't think that's something you should promise, Joe.
I didn't say how much of it I would light on fire, but I will light my beard on fire if we get 10,000 subscribers.
Oh crap.
1 0 0 0 0. Don't edit that out.
Because we are wanting subscribers that badly.
Light it right on fire.
Also, if you want to listen to some weird rants, go over to
I'm also going to start doing history books on it too. Like what Ben does with the fantasy, I'm going to start reading history books.
I should maybe do it on mine.
Really? I was just thinking too different.
Yeah.
Cause
Okay. So
maybe I'll just keep that one for weird rants. Oh well, I'm going to start reading history books. We'll see which one. When we actually start doing it, Ben will tell you whether it'll be on his channel, Hitchcock Handyman, or my channel, Joe of the Masks.
and someday we may actually start breaking things down so that it actually fits. But we may just
Okay, I think it's got enough curve to it, especially for what we want to do. Now we just got to bend it the rest of the way.
but I don't know why people have multiple channels per se, because you can put them in playlists.
I think a lot of it is because some people watch for a certain thing, and so when they don't get that certain thing, they'll stop kind of paying attention and clicking the videos, because I signed up to watch this. I wanted to hear Ben talk about weird politics, or I signed up just to listen to Monica read Dresden Files. And then when they get that Dresden Files instead of Ben's Weird Politics, or they get Ben's Weird Politics instead of Dresden Files.
I don't usually talk politics.
You did a couple times.
Okay, yeah, true.
Or you get Joe making models instead of either one. You're like, I don't want this. I don't want it.
This is why, if you really want to watch something specific, instead of Joe throwing a pretend fit,
Just look at the playlist.
go to the playlist. If that's what you really want to watch, is something specific, we try and keep it set up so that it's broken down in playlists.
Yep, each thing's where it's supposed to be.
Because we want tons of subscribers and tons of money. We prefer both.
Now I'm doing cold tapping, which is basically means you don't see the cherry anymore.
Do we want to dip it in the oil?
Not yet. I want to heat it up, cherry, before I dip it in the oil.
And are we losing our aluminum? I wonder if we're losing our aluminum.
Not yet. Oh, not yet. Oh, we're getting close though. Okay, this is probably the last one, then we'll start chugging it out. We should probably pull this off when I pull it out, I think. No?
No, we want to
Okay.
we want to keep as much heat in while we're getting the slag out as we possibly can.
Where are we gonna put the slag?
I think that's cool. If I had a high-speed camera,
we would slow this sucker down.
I would slow that smoke way down. Because I think how that smoke boils out of there is pretty cool.
Okay.
Alright, so, we should probably just tap it out. I don't have a metal anything, really.
Oh, that's...
So let's just tap it out in the dirt right there. Because that slag won't actually
turn anything, it'll probably just dust up.
And this is why aluminum cans actually have a lot of slag in them.
It's because of the print and the paper and the ink.
However, if you get all this slag out,
it becomes actually a really nice, pretty color.
And put it into ingots or put it into whatever, it'll actually melt down a lot quicker when it's pure.
Well, anything is a lot easier to work with as well when it's pure.
I think that spoon actually works really good.
Oh, I think it's working actually wonderful. Out of your ideas, this was wonderful.
Wait a minute.
You come up with bad ideas too.
Shh! Don't tell anyone.
Like, remember that one time?
We haven't posted it on YouTube yet. Unless you want to watch our making of this blast furnace, then you might see one.
Or Joe's bad decisions of putting the Skittles residue in my mouth.
Have I put that on YouTube yet?
I don't know. If not, it'll be up very soon.
I should find that and put that on YouTube.
Because it's hilarious.
That is pretty awesome.
Yeah, and that's actually turning very pretty silver.
See, that's steel.
We're not Hollywood.
Oh, okay.
We're also not going to be pouring it into a stone mold.
That is cool. I love how the iron pipe that we used has our crucible is cherry. See, when you get iron or the alloy steel hot enough, it turns white.
Pure white.
See how that's starting to turn red, and it's starting to actually, it slowly gets brighter and brighter and brighter?
I think it's like, I can't remember the one that they actually use in the movies. I'll have to look it up again. But they use a weird aluminum. Scoot back, Lindsay, you're barefoot.
Hi, Lindsay.
And in fact, most of the time what they use for silver is actually aluminum or tin.
Well, a lot of what they use is aluminum or tin.
Yep. Because it looks really, really nice.
And this furnace... What?
So I burned my eyelid.
And this blast furnace that we have should actually...
pulling up this crap from the bottom.
Should get hot enough to actually do...
Probably get goggles for this.
Woo! Should actually get hot enough to do tin, because tin melts at a lower temperature than aluminum.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a lot of tin, too.
Getting rid of that, all the craggy slag.
And also why we've got a lot of slag on here is because we've heated it and cooled it and heated it and cooled it and heated it and cooled it. And this is the first time we've actually used this iron pipe. And so that's also why we're going to get a lot of this slag. And all these seeds that you see everywhere,
probably in here too.
That was friggin' covered in them. This aluminum, because I left our iron crucible outside.
Ooh.
And
yeah, you
so
can already see it turning to dust over there. The slag pile.
That's more like the slag we want to get out now that he's getting out. Where it's kind of got a little bit of a drip, but it's still kind of crusty.
That means I'm getting to the end of the slag.
I keep on seeing fire.
Yep.
You will. Because we're working with fire.
That's how hot this is, Lindsay. That's hot enough that if it touches grass or anything, it immediately ignites.
And it burns. That's why you're doing it in the dirty area.
Yep.
That's exactly. See, if you teach your kids about fire, about gun safety, about things like that,
They're less likely to light your uncle on fire.
well, maybe not. But
Lindsay, will you ever light me on fire?
No,
See?
okay.
No Uncle Vernon's here.
and I will never shoot you. And I even know gun safety.
There we go. See? I think we're getting really close to being able to pour it.
Yep.
Careful about hitting the sides though, you're dropping.
Ah, yeah. But I'm also scraping off the bottom now. I'm getting the old slag
Stop.
that dropped down to the bottom.
Well, also the probably the carbon off of my burn when I welded it together.
That's true too.
What? No. We're doing this. See that?
We're getting to the end.
Oop.
Whoop.
And now we just dropped a bunch more in.
Ooh, sweating.
And when I grow up, I know what I'm going to do.
U.S. Texas Ranger. All right.
Okay. We're ready to try our first ingot.
Ingots.
Ingot.